Oh, let's go. Are we serious right now? Okay, Fabrizio, you have to do the here we go, my friend. You have to do the here we go. Oh my god. Okay. Super excited about the Cunha news from Fabrizio, obviously. Excited for the game tomorrow. I'm gonna wear it for 3 days in a row if we win. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. But for very excited about the Cunha news. Unbelievable. It already makes us so much better. Obviously, Wolves aren't a bad team, and we can't say we're a great team, even though we're not too far. I think we're only like, honestly, if we get the right four players, we're we're like we're really close. I think. Um, I think Cunha's the first. If you can get Gyökeres, I know people will say Osimhen, but honestly, Osimhen for me is Lukaku 2.0. There's no build-up play that I really see from his highlights. All of his goals are pretty much like a one-time finish, a header, PK. There's no real like dribbling or anything that he has to do in the systems that he's played. In Amarim's system, there is. There's a lot to do for forwards sometimes. There's gonna be balls into space that they have to get the ball under their feet and take players on. I don't really see Osimhen being that type of player. I haven't really seen that often from his highlights. I've tried to look for dribbling highlights. They're not like that great, honestly. A player like Delap, I would take if Gyökeres doesn't come. It's gonna be a downgrade. And like I think Delap maybe in 2 years could be kind of putting up that style of numbers. Um, but I don't know if it's like right now. Um, but he would be my second choice to lap. I wouldn't go after Osimhen. It just doesn't really make too much sense to me. Emram likes his forwards to connect the play. I've never seen Osimhen be that type of forward. Like his highlights are really just like most of his goals are really just one time finishes, like nice crosses and stuff. But that doesn't seem to be like Amarim's system too much, honestly. When you look at it, the ball that he likes is that ball behind like the right back, left back into that like gap so that that forward can fight against one center back and be able to win one on one out there. Look at Gilchrist's goals. A lot of his goals are literally that. It's him getting into space and beating them down for pace or one on one and scoring. So I just don't see that in Osimhen. Bilal has that, so he would be my second choice. I wouldn't be upset about that. But if we get a real goalkeeper and a right wing back, we keep Garnacho, we keep Menu. We saw, everybody that we need to. Onana, Sancho. I mean, honestly, Anthony, we need to sell now because I think he's gonna be the one that gets us the most money this summer. Um, I already said Onana, Sancho, him, Rashford, obviously, and then probably like Malasia. So you get rid of that, and you bring those four players in. I think we have enough young players that got some time this year, some experience, like Haven, Fredrickson. Um, I think Kone's gonna probably play the last game of the year. I'm hoping, but like players like that got some experience, so I think we'll be a little bit deeper, even though it's gonna be young, like Garnacho coming off the bench, um, Mainu coming off the bench, things like that, and then them starting like cup games, like some League games, obviously, but we would have like more depth in all of our positions. I want Ahmad to start at that right, like 10. So people are like asking for Cherky and then Ahmad in the right wing back. Even though Ahmad can play that right wing back, he has the speed. Obviously, he'll run all game. He can defend a little bit. Why would I want Ahmad 70 yards away from the place that he's gonna be the most dangerous? First of all, his high press is something that has been absolutely like key when he's in there. That actually like really helps our team. So I don't want to take that out of our team. Second, he's just closer to the goal. Why do you want him so far back? It doesn't make sense to me. He needs to be closer to the goal. I think most people would say that yes, I would take Cherky, but he's not one of our top four like places that we need to get a player. Not even top five, honestly. You probably want another like center defensive mid before you even think about a Cherky, another position at that. You have Bruno that could play there. You have Kobe that could play there. Garnacho that could play there. Now Cunha because he's gonna be able to play both sides, obviously. So you already have four people. If Xerxes doesn't leave this summer, like some people are saying, he could play that position. So we already have too many players at that position for us to go out and get one when we need them in dire other situations, like other places. Right wing back. If we got a real right wing back, a guy who's a little bit stronger than Ahmad, honestly, like the kid from Bournemouth that Liverpool won. If there was like a player like that on the other side, I would take. Look, okay, Munoz for example, Crystal Palace. I would take him like right now because you could see he's got quality at Crystal Palace, and if you can't see that, whatever. But he's got quality. He's strong. He can defend, but he also bombs up that right hand side. He can cross. He can finish. He scored goals this year. He assisted. A player like that would be better for me than Ahmad being that player. Ahmad's a little too small for me for a right wing back. Like you see, for example, like Dorgu, the I think he's Uruguayan or Paraguayan maybe. The young kid, I think he's 17 years old, Diego Leon, I believe. He's a left wing back. Okay, so both of our left wing backs are stocky kids. You look at Diego Leon, stocky kid. Dorgu, stocky kid. So how do you think that? Why do you think that on the other side, Amarim's gonna want little small Ahmad? I think he already knows that the Premier League is a little bit stronger, more physical league. He said it multiple times in interviews when he talks about why we're not as good in the Premier League compared to when we play in Europa. And he says it's the physicality and it's the truth. You look at the leagues, the Spanish league has smaller players that are a little bit more technical. That's why our players, who are they are somewhat technical and a little bit bigger, can beat these teams. Tottenham will be a test, but I think we're playing well enough to beat them right now. But that's why we've been so dominant in Europe. Bro, we haven't lost in Europa League. We've pretty much beat a bunch of Spanish teams and like a French team. And those leagues don't have big physical players. Like the Prem, every position is like a pretty like solidly built guy, like dude, and just a player, like a strong athlete. So you're going to tell me that Ahmad is going to be his right wing back choice? I don't believe that. I don't think he has the characteristics that he looks for somebody in that side of the field. So as a wing back position, I think he likes somebody who's a little bit stronger, who's stockier for the Prem. You guys could think about Sporting all you want, but now he's thinking about players he needs at the Prem level. Ahmad is quick and can get around players up front, but he's not strong to be the guy back there like banging bodies with somebody. So why? Let's please stop thinking about Ahmad as right wing back. Just because in FIFA you can go and put him and you can play like right wing back, I guess, with Ahmad, and you think that, oh my God, you saw the everything because you're playing a video game. It's not real life, man. So why would we do that? It doesn't make sense. So, striker after Cunha, striker, goalkeeper, and right wing back. Those are the positions that we desperately need. And with the way it's looking, 3 or 4 players are going to be the max we get. So, we have to go after the positions that we really need. That right wing back is going to be like a young player that could be proven maybe in a league, but not in the Prem, because we can't afford to get like a stronger right wing back, which we're probably gonna have to get next year, unless that young kid becomes a freaking stud. It'll probably be Dallo and that young wing back next season, pretty much. Honestly, it could look like that, and Ahmad maybe if needed, whatever, but not as a starter. Ahmad should not be back there starting. It just does not make sense. But I'm excited. I'm just excited about tomorrow because I think he's going to put out... it's going to be Højlund up front. People are saying he's not going to play a striker. I don't believe that. I believe he's playing Højlund up front. And then he's going to put Mason on the left. Ahmad on the right, Bruno and Casemiro in the middle, with Dorgu. I don't know if Dallos is really ready, so I don't know. I have to see how that goes because it could be Dorgu and Amas, which I don't really mind if it's those two. And then you got Harry. God, please, was Lenny included? I think he was He was practicing, so I think he should be playing. So Lenny and probably Luke Shaw, to be honest, unless he throws Lindelof. I don't know. I haven't minded what I've seen from Luke Shaw, honestly. So I think he would do Luke, but that's like what I'm expecting with an online goal. And I think that where we're playing, I think we could easily win this game. I'm thinking it's we win by 2 goals tomorrow. That's really my prediction. Something says it's gonna be like something crazy like 4-2, but I would take 2-0. I would take 2-0. But I think we're gonna win by 2. That's really my prediction. Then after that, I think we play the young kids in the last game. I really would like to see the young kids, let them play. Let the starters kind of enjoy that win and just not worry about, start worrying about next year. And then let's just see the young kids. Like, I would really like to see, us win this game, and then the last game kind of, let those kids play. Let throw out a kind of a strong team, but like definitely play like a good amount of kids. Like, I would like to see Obi play pretty much the whole game. I definitely love to see. I think it's Cunha. I would like to see him play. Fredrickson and Haven if he's back, because he looks like he could play probably next week. So those two in the back, with like a Lindelof in the middle, and Masraoui maybe as right wing back, and Amas left, and like try some Ugarte in the middle with Cunha, and then just figure it out. Mainu in the middle, and then like play them in. But I would like to see like Garnacho come off the bench, Kobe come off the bench tomorrow to really affect the game. I think those two guys are gonna come off the bench tomorrow and really affect the game, and that's why I kind of want them coming in from the sub position, because now we get a little bit of that spark at the right 10 with Ahmad being back, when we're losing it with like switching guard now with Mace. But we get a little bit more quality and higher IQ with Mace than obviously we do with Garnacho at the moment. I think Garnacho won't get as high as an IQ as Mace, because but Mace plays a different position. Garnacho is more of a winger now, kind of making 10 decisions as well. So I think fans kind of have to also think about that, and when they think about his decision making, because he was just pretty much a winger that just had to go down the side and beat his player. And now he's being asked to come more in the middle. And if you guys weren't very good soccer players, football players, you wouldn't understand the fact that it's different, right? So it's a different mentality. So, yeah, his decision making was going to be a little bit different. I don't understand what people are upset. Didn't you guys see him start going down the line and crossing with his left? While before that, all he did was come in and shoot every single time. Never go down the left-hand side. Every single time was a cut in and shoot. So we saw him go from that at the beginning of this year until Amarim showed up to the guy who was now going down the left-hand side and crossing the ball in. The guy who would, in the Europa League, take that pass from Bruno and cut down the line into his right and cross the ball in instead of trying to shoot. So yes, we've seen already a difference in his decision making. So I'm not in the same position as these other crazy people that want to say, oh, he should, we should get rid of him. Let's get rid of this 21-year-old kid who's got a lot of potential, who just needs to fix a couple little things. Why? Do you guys want to try to be good in the next couple of years? How do you get rid of good players and then just bring in a good player? How do you get rid of one and bring one in and think that you just got your team became better? It didn't. Garnacho's not as bad as everybody makes him out to seem, because you're not taking the context into the fact that you're saying his decision making isn't as good. It's gotten better already with Amarim as the head coach. Look at it. Look at every single play he had under Eric Ten Hag, and you tell me that Eric Ten Hag ever told him that he needed to go down the wing and cross the ball. You please tell me that Eric Ten Hag ever freaking made Garnacho go down the left wing and cross the ball with his left foot. And then tell me, and then now I can show you how many times he's done it under Amarim. It's not been once, twice, 3 times. It's at least once a game. And he's making better decisions when he's coming inside now, which is something that he's further inside, more players closer to him. It's hard. The forward is in a slightly different position, like in the sense of where he is in the field. So if you're a little bit closer, now you have a central defensive mid that's pretty much in between you and the striker at all points, compared to when you're on the left wing and you have a little bit of a gap between the freaking defender and the CDM. Like, can people understand this stuff? There is a little bit of a shift in this, and where you are in the space of the field. So your decision making does have to change. You're like it's a different position. So you guys don't even take that into account. You just say, oh man, look at that decision right there, and just say he's awful. But are you kidding me? The kid has been like pretty good. Europa League, he had like 11 goal contributions in 15 games. That's really good. Yes, in the Prem he hasn't been good, but our team hasn't been good in the Prem. And he's 20 years old. He just turned 21 or is about to turn 21. How do you like try to give up on a player like that or get rid of a player like that because he was basically forced to start the last 2 seasons because we didn't have anybody better? That's how sad it is. We haven't had anybody better. And he's so good and talented that he showed the glimpses where he had those games that you were like, oh, he can start. But the consistency is just not there because he's so young. Just give him a couple more years. That's why we bring somebody in like Cunha. You could like let him come in off the bench, affect games with his speed and his willingness to freaking take people on and beat them and try to score a goal, compared to some of these bums like Hoyland who are in front of goal and don't look like they want to score a goal. You want to get rid of the guy that wants to score goals, man? It's ridiculous. You guys do not make any sense. And my videos have to whisper because I live with other people and other roommates, and I don't want to be an asshole yelling while other people are home and they live here. So you'll see me like this more often than not because of that. Yes, there'll be times when maybe they'll leave and I'll be able to record stuff where I could just be as loud as I want, but I am not disrespectful. So this is why I sound like this. I'm like kind of whispering and trying to like show the emotion, but it boggles my mind, man. It boggles my mind because I don't see any fan that talks bad about Kobe Mainu, but Kobe has a lot that he has to learn too. You guys make it seem like Kobe Mainu's a finished product, like he's like the greatest player. Bro, he has flaws, man. His build-up play from when he plays 6 or 8 is awful. Yes, he's absolutely brilliant on the ball when he's calm, and yes, he can beat players, but his build-up play and passing from a 6 and an 8 standpoint is so boring. It's literally just passing it back to the person he got it, or just getting it from the center back and passing it to another center back. It is so boring and plain and bad. So yes, he has stuff to like, for example, improve on, and you guys don't say nothing about Kobe Mainu. Garnacho was available the whole season. Kobe was injured and here and there. How are we not talking about Kobe? I'm not even saying we should be talking about Kobe in a bad sense. Kobe's got potential through the roof too. I don't want to get rid of either of them. But the fact is that I hear so much bad talk about Garnacho, but there's nothing about Kobe. You guys act like every single game he plays is like some all-star game. Yes, he's calm on the ball, he's got the swag, but what are you guys looking at? When he plays a 6 or an 8, there's like, he doesn't hit the ball, like he doesn't hit long balls like down, like he doesn't put players through. His passes are super boring. They're just passes side to side. So yes, he has stuff to improve on, but he will. We shouldn't be relying on all of these little young players and think that we should be winning the Premier League. Manu's like 20, Garnacho's 2021, Ahmad is 22, probably turning 23 today. Fucking Hoyland is 23, 24. You guys are like, why are these young kids not more consistent? Ah. What? Do you guys ever think, bro? You guys don't use this. You guys have zero ball knowledge. Zero. Just please, like, come here. Listen, when I get better at YouTube, I'll put clips up. I'll show you guys. I'll teach you. But the fact that you're trying to give up on Garnacho, or like the fact that we don't like Kobe Mainu, just you guys are just feeding into some type of like ego that he shouldn't have, because he still needs to work on a lot of stuff. That stuff needs to stop, bro. Let's get behind both of them. We have some really good young talent. We have Obi who could come in behind that striker next year, like Jokic, who could come in and affect the game, who could start cup games, who could start games against the Ipswiches of next season and stuff like that, to give Jokic a break before, or the lab a break before a Champions League game. Hopefully, right? Hopefully. So yes, we need these guys. We need all of them. We need to get rid of. I'm sorry, Anthony is not hit here. He can play in this in Spanish league. I believe that's his league. The players really are smaller there. Just go look. They are. He gets bullied in the Prem by pretty much every back that he ever played against. Every single one. He gets bullied. He never beat any of them he never beat any of them. He never dribbled past any of them. He's never ever, while he was here, under his old head coach and a new head coach. He wasn't here under some random manager that didn't know how to use him. He was here under his manager that he got regarded as a player under. You cannot tell me there was whatever it was. No. If he hasn't done it, then he's not gonna do it. Look at Ahmad. Ahmad is younger than him and is doing it. He got the chance and he's proven why he should be here. Anthony never did. Let him go to Betis. Please let's get 60 million for him. Please, God, because people will see these numbers over there and think that, like, yes, please just get us as much money as you can for him. You guys that like him don't really know, like, you see stats and you see like a 1 foot, like a one-time shot, which he has a shot, he has skills, he does, but he's not big enough and like doesn't do it in the Prem and hasn't done it and hasn't shown it. So he had his chance. He had 2 seasons full of chances. That's good enough. That's good enough, brother. He was scoring less than Garnacho, and I see more fans talking about Anthony the GOAT, blah blah, and hating on Garnacho. What? He scored less goals and he didn't even score for us. Like, it seemed like for a whole season. Are we kidding me? And you guys were like, yeah, Anthony's the GOAT. I hope that shit is satire, because you guys don't know football. That's it. I needed to get that off my chest. I really did. Also, the interview that Amarin had today, fantastic. Just listen to it. Dissect it. It's all perfect. I absolutely love the whole thing. Just everything about it. The interactions between him and Bruno, the joking, the way the players speak, that they know what the heck, like what is expected for real here. And they know that they have a big job to do in the summer. And the fact that Harry said that they're excited about preseason, obviously they have to focus on this game. And they are. But I think they know that if they win this game, they go into preseason. They focus on getting whoever comes in integrated with the team and focus on what Amarin wants a little bit more, get a little bit better at it. I think next season is going to be nice. It's going to be a very good season for us. If we get a goalkeeper, a right wing back, and a striker that's either Delap or Gyökeres, we are going to 100% be in top 4 next season. 100%. And challenging, and that's not even a joke. Like challenging. So I while I'm super like tomorrow excited, and I think that we are gonna win. Even if we don't win, as long as we get the right players in, I think that's gonna be a reality because we're really not that far away. We haven't had the results in the Prem, but we've been creating the chances. Unfortunately, we don't have the players to finish them right now. But if we do, we would have won more games with the last 10 games. Since Ipswich, whatever Prem games we had, we definitely could have won 80% of them. Like that's 100. We were creating enough chances during all of those games that if we have real like if we have Gyökeres and Cunha up front instead of Garnacho and Hoyland, just based off of the fact that they're a little bit more clinical, we would have won way more games. I don't think like I don't think people realize how close we really are. Like we are a confident goalkeeper and a striker in Cunha from really being dangerous. And if we get a real right wing back that Amarin wants, it's going to be a problem. We are gonna beat a lot of. We're gonna win a lot of games next season if that happens. They need to back him. They really need to back him because he will deliver, and that's on everything I know. He will deliver. I will be making a video after the game tomorrow. I'm super excited. I might even just like watch it on Twitch or something here, and then put up a little like highlight video or whatever, like recap type of thing. But I'm really excited. I know probably nobody's gonna see this, but this video's going up. It'll be proof in a year what I was saying is true.